Did y'all let everybody in? Y'all letting everybody in?
Yeah, okay.
We should let them in.
Did you start it? I'm letting them in.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome everybody. I see Zoom user. Hi. Um, Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, Kai. Shayna. How's everyone doing tonight? Make sure you drop inside the chat where you're tuning in from. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We are excited to have y'all here today on this beautiful Monday. Okay. Atlanta. I see Atlanta. I need one of those avatars. We got you. We got you. We got you. We got you on the avatars for sure, Tony. All right. Let's see who we have in the chat. Who else we have? Tanya. Okay. I hope I'm saying your name right. All right. Where y'all tuning in from tonight? I see we got Atlanta, Georgia is always heavy. Everywhere I go, somebody is tuning in from somewhere in Georgia. Let's see who else we got. Recording in progress. All right, let's see. All right, so cool. All right, so everybody is here today. So we are going to show you how to get started with making money online, right? Using our three-step method. So let us know in the chat what brought you here with us tonight. We want to know. We want to make sure that we cover everything for you that you are intended to learn for today. So let us know in the chat, what are you looking to learn most in today's masterclass, and what brought you here? Okay, it's cool. YouTube. All right, so we got Andre, Tanya, Shayna. Like, what about y'all? What are y'all looking to learn most today? What brought you in here today? Because we definitely got you covered on a YouTube for sure. So let us know inside the chat. We want it to be interactive. We want it to be fun, and we want y'all to walk away with actionable steps and actually learning something that you can start implementing today. So that is always the goal of the masterclass. So we want to make sure that we cover everything for you. So make sure you are typing in the chat because I don't see any responses yet. So let's see. And we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to get started. And what I want to do is introduce everyone today to Digital Millionaire University. So obviously I am one of three, and we want to go ahead and get started. I'm not social media savvy at all. I need it all. Okay, perfect. No worries. We got you on that. So Jasmine Ruby and Jasmine Monet, if y'all want to go ahead and get started, introduce yourself so everyone can know who you are, what you specialize in, and I see your Wylanda. Okay, I see you. Yes, and if you could turn your cameras on, please make sure you turn your cameras on if you are in the space to turn your cameras on so we can make sure we can see you as we talk to you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So Jasmine Monet, let them know who you are.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I am Jasmine Monet, one of the trio ladies here, and I am all things systems. So my goal is to make your life easier and allow you to truly generate passive income. So all of your back end, I handle all of that, and just helping you to understand your customer journey and all of the things that you want to achieve, like with your clients and for your business. Like, you need the the machine in the back to work. And so I help to make sure that you understand that and that you achieve that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So
yes. And I am Jasmine Ruby. That is RUBIE, right? Like the currency. I am all things YouTube, all things marketing when it comes to being online and establishing your business presence, but most importantly, your brand authority, right? So knowing how you show up in your actual niche, in your actual brands, in your actual field, your realm, helping you just become the expert. So that way, when people come to you, because they will come to you, you are actually confident, right? And can sustain the amount of people that are going to be coming to you, right? I've been on YouTube business wise since 2009. I stopped, right? Didn't really have the support and the encouragement that I wanted when first starting out. And then I came back 2020 after moving overseas, back home with my family, came back, got the rejuvenation and the clarity I needed to really commit to the full process. And now looking 4 years later, I have a few multiple 3 to 4 monetized channel, multiple clients, and I am just excited to really help everybody expand their reach, right? Because tomorrow is not promised. So why not take advantage of today and leave a legacy, right? And we're going to get more into that. But again, I am Jasmine Ruby, all things YouTube marketing and analytics to see what you putting out there, make it make sense, literally.
absolutely, absolutely. So we got systems, we have YouTube. So make sure y'all have y'all pens and y'all pads out. And for me, welcome into everybody as well. Also, welcome to everybody that is on the YouTube live stream. We want to welcome y'all in here. Make sure if you are tuning in live from the YouTube live stream that you are signing up on the link that we have so you could join us inside the room. And I am Kiana, one of the three as well. And I help you basically show you how to take your skills and expertise and turn that into a digital asset, which we use that interchangeably with digital products because we know that when you create digital assets, that helps you create cash flow in your business. And our goal is to help you create your first $500 to $1,000 online, and then you can exceed growth to 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures. So we are going to show you our blueprint, our method that has allowed us to do that as well. So we can show you how to do the same. And I'm going to get right into the masterclass. So make sure y'all got your pens. Drop those green hearts in the chat if you have your pens and your papers ready. And again, welcome to everybody. I see we have a new person that entered into the room, Dr. Patricia Rogers, a visibility strategist. So welcome into the room. I love to see it. I am loving your hair, your glasses. Thank you so much for turning your camera on. We welcome you. All right, so let me go ahead and get right into it because y'all are very ready. I see the green hearts, so let's go ahead and get into it. So again, this is our 3-step success method to making money online. And in this free masterclass, here's what we want you to learn today. So we are going to show you how to package and present your digital products as irresistible offers that make a decision to buy a simple one for your customers. We're going to show you how you can manage your business from anywhere in the world. So type in the chat a place that you would love to be able to run your business. Because we're going to show you how to do that today from anywhere in the world without actually missing leads or not being tied down to your desk 24/7. So as you can see, we have a systems person here. So we are going to get you right with that. And we're going to show you how to effectively create content. Somebody drop me in the chat if content is a burning struggle for you right now. Like, we want to be able to show you how to create content without posting every day so you don't have to burn out. So type me in the chat if you can relate, because listen, we understand. And we want to show you how to create and launch a digital product business using our DMU method. And plus, when you stay until the end, you receive an extra bonus. And this is not your average masterclass. So it's an opportunity for you to gain access to the same systems that we use, the same strategies and automation tools that we use in our business. So just type a 1 in the chat if you're exhausted from the shiny object syndrome and you're ready to earn money because you know that you have your own set of skills and creations. Type a 1 in the chat if that is you. Type a 2 in the chat, and you could be in all of these categories. If you're putting in effort and you're posting content, but you aren't seeing the sales and you feel like the time that you're putting in just isn't worth it. Like you feel like your investment that you have is not paying off fast enough. Type a 2 in the chat if you could relate to that. And type a 3 if you just want to be able to create your own products and establish your own brand so you could build a sustainable business instead of chasing after sales. And you know that you need the right community and the guidance to guide you through through the process. Regardless of your current situation, it's obvious that these are the things you need. So I want you to take notice of these things and I want you to take screenshots. I want you to engage in the chat as we go through this. So here's what we want to show you at DMU. We want to show you how to earn money in your sleep, because when you are able to set up your systems the right way, you are able to make consistent revenue in your business, no matter if you're asleep or if you're awake. We want to be able to help you travel to those places. I know we had California in the chat, while doing the things that you love. So you should be able to run this business and travel around the world, get your time back. How many people here want their time back? Type me in the chat, or to spend time with your family. And the most important thing that we want to help you do is create consistent income. Type consistency in the chat, because we don't want to just show you how to make $500 one time. We want to show you how to make consistent revenue, consistent 6 figures every single month by building a loyal audience, even as a beginner, without having 1 million followers. And we're going to show you that you do not need followers in order to make multiple 6 figures, 5 figures, or even 7 figures in your business. It's all about the strategy. And here are some of the most common reasons when we're actually working with people and dealing with people, is that some of the most common reasons why your product isn't selling is because you haven't validated your niche. Everybody type niche in the chat, NICHE, and you aren't solving a significant pain point for your customers. So I want you to type that in the chat so everybody can begin to understand, because we're going to break down what a niche is and why it's important to your business. Because you can have the greatest idea, but if it doesn't solve a significant pain point that your customers need, you're going to be left with no sales. So here's what I want you to do, because these are the common mistakes in this area, but we're going to help you get through this on how to establish your niche and how to do the proper market research. So when you're putting out the products, people actually know what it is. So essentially, most people ignore market research, but the way you do market research, and I want you to write this down, because I'm going to give you some ways to do market research, and we're going to go through that. So make sure you have your pen ready. The second thing is, most people are not building a brand. You're not educating potential customers to know, like, and trust you when you make them an offer. People need to know, like, and trust you when you're making them an offer. And the only way you do that is by building a brand of consistency and educating them. And then just not being consistent, overcomplicate, and type me in the chat if you are just over analytical, you overanalyze everything, you overcomplicate everything, and it just stops you from actually making posts. So if that's you, type me in the chat, because guess what? When you do this, your customers are not resonating with you, because your customers want to be able to clearly identify what they're getting from you, because they want to be repeat customers for your business, but they have to see you on a consistent basis in order to be able to purchase from you. So in order to overcome this is what you need to do. And this is a proven method that actually works when you utilize it. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to be able to create surveys. I want you to be able to do interviews, and you can use free market analysis tools such as Google Trends. You could use platforms such as Reddit. You can use platforms such as Google Forms to send out surveys. When you're interacting inside of Facebook groups, Instagrams, drop in the chat, what platforms are you on a regular basis? Is it YouTube? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? what platforms are you on? Because I want you to start utilizing those platforms from a business standpoint. Google Trends. So Google Trends is a free site that you're able to use to be able to check the insight of what people are searching for on Google. Also, another site is Ask the Public, Answer the Public. Answer the Public is another way of where you can see what people are asking about, what pain points. But a big thing is actually putting out polls and surveys to your ideal audience is a way that is going to help you significantly. So I see TikTok lives, a lot of Instagram. So that's good. Okay, so when you're on there, there's certain ways to search on those platforms. So you could use that as a way to actually conduct surveys. So when you're going live, you could tell them to, do this survey in exchange for something free or any of those things. And that is how you begin to develop market research for your product. You also want to prepare educational content. You could use tools like ChatGPT, AI, which we'll talk about later on down the line, to actually prepare your educational content so people can know who you are, you can stand out. And mostly, you want to make sure that you're simplifying and you're being consistent in your messaging. And when you do this, these are the type of results that you could get. So here's what some of our students have been able to do in less than 60 days, which we're going to go over why all of these things matter when you're doing your business. So creating a lead magnet. A lead magnet is just something that is just simply there for people to opt into what you are offering in exchange for you giving them something. So how many people here have signed up for something free? Type free in the chat, right? Like today, we're on a free call. So when you are able to create a lead magnet, you're able to get in leads for your customer. We've had people set up outlines for their first digital product, and most importantly, gain confidence to post videos. Type confidence in the chat, because a lot of people are afraid to hit that record button and post a video for their business. So we've been able to help people who are right, because we say introverted. So we've helped people that were historically on the back end of the business come to the front, and now they're creating videos, right? I love it. I love to talk. That's perfect. So that is what our students have been able to do. So what I want to show you is I want to teach you on what a digital product is. And a digital product is just basically anything that you can exchange electronically. So it's not anything that you don't have to touch it, any of those things. You just simply create the product, whether it's a video, a workshop, a file, a PDF. It doesn't matter. That is a digital product. And the two common ways to create a digital product is either you're going to buy a done for you digital product. Like here in Digital Millionaire University, we have a lot of products that are already created where you just go in, change your branding colors, you put your own content in it, and now you have your own digital product to actually go out and sell to individuals. Or you could design from scratch. If you have a design eye and that is something you want to do, you can actually create your products from scratch on platforms like Canva. And I love Canva because it is a beginner-friendly platform where you can easily create your own products. And the benefits of creating digital products, and I want y'all to type this in the chat, is low cost. So tools like Canva are free, but the paid version is extremely affordable. And you're able to use that to literally create any type of digital product that you want. For the most part, you can create everything inside of Canva. There's high profit margins because you only have to create your digital product one time. So type one time in the chat. And you have the potential to reach globally. So if you want to service people outside of the United States, you can. There are people that purchase from us and from you, right? Once you get your product, that is going to be all over the world. You're able to access a worldwide audience without actually having to ship in or keep inventory. So that's why digital products is so important. And then choosing your niche. So we talked about niche earlier, and I'm going to break down some of the top 5 niches that you could be looking at. So educational courses and e-learning, that is something that is extremely popular. So if you are educating, you're teaching on anything in the educational field, that is something good. Health and fitness, stock photography. There is a huge demand for stock photography and digital art, especially when it comes to underserved markets. you can really make a lot of money inside the stock photography and digital art, which I'll talk about some of the tools that we use here in order to do that. Ebooks. How many people here has purchased an ebook before? Type me in the chat. Graphic design templates. And then you also have relationships and finance. So if you're in the relationship sector or the finance sector, those are also popular industries to be a part of. So I want to go over what you should be looking at when you are developing your customer persona. So you want to look at the demographics, the psychographics. You want to engage and interact. So when we talked about going online and doing surveys, this is part of what you want to do. You want to be able to collect important information, because when you have this information, you want to tailor your information and how you go live and how you speak to these particular customer profiles. And this is how you do it, because knowing your audience is so important. Like when you get those emails that are sent to you every single day from all the places you sign up for, they have all this information on you. They know when your birthday is, they know what you like, they know the time you like to shop, they know what you're spending money on, and they're taking that information. And that's why they know when they send you that 50% off coupon, they like, oh yeah, we know you're gonna buy. Type me in the chat if you just open up your email one day and you're like, oh man, I was looking for this product or I was looking for this service and it's 50% off. And you are like, oh, I'm gonna buy this right now. So that is the same type of feel you want for your customers. And in order to do that, you need to know what their age is, their gender, their location, their income, because you have to know your audience in order to meet their needs when you're marketing to them. And understanding your target audience, which we talked about. So here's an example of a niche breakdown. So if I was in the hobby industry, which consists of so many different things. Drop your hobbies in the chat. If you have a hobby, drop your hobbies in the chat. But let's just say I was in the hobbies area, but my specific niche was I was a mom created t-shirt designs. If I wanted to get more specific and more clear based on what we talked about as far as the target audience, I don't have to just be a mom that creates t-shirt designs, but I can actually specialize in a specific sector of t-shirt designs, which we know we have embroidery, we have vinyl, we have all of these different types of t-shirts that we can create. And instead of me just saying, hey, I'm a mom and I create t-shirt designs, I can now say I help busy moms create embroidery t-shirt designs, because that is a specific t-shirt design that you can actually show to individuals to create. You could say, I'm a busy mom who creates vinyl t-shirt designs, any of those things. And then one of the things that will help you stand out as you're actually breaking into your niche and into your field is when you cross niche. And that is when you combine 2 or plus main niches together. So for instance, what holidays do we have coming up? We have Kwanzaa, we have Christmas, we have Thanksgiving, we have all these holidays. So when you specialize and you have sub niches and you make specific content or specific products or services for your digital products, you can also make your product around a season, around a holiday. And that also helps you break down. It also helps you gain extra revenue, especially around peak seasons when people are looking to shop, like Black Friday, all of those different areas. So that is just a gem for you. Whatever industry you're in, once you find your niche, you want to make sure that you're using holidays and seasons to be able to make sales and make profit as well. And here are the only tools that I use to create digital products. So as a start, here are the only tools that I use, and Canva is one, because you can do anything in Canva as far as creating a digital product. You can use AI, which is artificial intelligence. You can get all your images inside of Canva. You can do everything inside of Canva. Midjourney is also an art generator where you could create art, but Canva also has that as well. So you don't even have to get Midjourney if you don't want to, and you could just use Canva. ChatGPT is a big one. They have a free version, and I really, really encourage all of you to use the free version, and you don't have to use the paid version until you get comfortable. And you could do everything in ChatGPT. You could write content, you could write posts, you could ask it to help you write blogs, anything you want. And for all my content creators, Opus. Opus is a tool, and I'm going to drop a link for you all to be able to utilize, but you can take long form videos and you can use Opus and it will clip it into small segments for you in a couple of minutes. So Opus is definitely a video tool for all my people who is like content is a dread for you. You can definitely use Opus to create short form content videos, and it is a really good tool. But I know a lot of people here are wondering, how can I scale my business when I don't have a huge following and I'm a beginner? So I just want to know, is that does that resonate with anyone here? Does anyone here want to know or is wondering, how can you make money without having a huge following? With being a beginner, right? Type, if you're a beginner, type beginner in the chat. If you are new to the online space, if this is your first time with actually creating a digital product or coming online, type beginner in the chat, because I want you to know that it does not matter if you do not, if you're a beginner, right? And if you've never been online, because we are going to show you how you're actually able to how you're able to start making money from day one, right? How you are able to make money day one with getting started online if you take these strategies. So what I want to do is I want to also make sure for everybody that is live, if you are just joining in on the live stream on YouTube, make sure that to get in the room, make sure that you're personally clicking on the link that you see to sign up to get onto the masterclass, so that you're able to get in the room with us personally, so you could be in a chat with us, ask us questions and all those good things. And especially while we're about to break down how to actually get sales and make money without actually having millions of followers online. So I'm gonna bring up Jazz and Ruby. I want y'all to drop the green battery symbols here in the chat if you are in the room, and she is going to show you how to actually start and monetize and learn all the tricks. So you definitely want to stay tuned for YouTube. So let me go ahead and see. Okay, I see the batteries coming in. So let's go, Ruby. We are up. Show them how they are able to get money without actually having to have a large following online as a beginner.
Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm so excited. Welcome again, everybody that is new joining, and welcome to everybody that is on the live. Y'all are showing up and showing out, and I love that. Not just for us, but for you. So shout out to you. Thank you for the batteries in the chat. I want y'all to drop some love, show some love to my sister Kiana, aka or ASA, Queen Cash Flow, right? Just dropping the game when it comes to niching, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to really figuring out what it is you're actually going to be putting out there, right? Because you do see a lot online and you can kind of get misconstrued with what it is you actually truly enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want y'all to drop the number 6 in the chat when y'all can go ahead and see my screen. Let's see. Let me know. Drop the number 6 in the chat if y'all can see my screen. I want to see if y'all good. And y'all on this live. I'm loving it. Okay. Let me pull up the chat. Perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. So drop me in the chat if y'all use YouTube, if you're on YouTube, if you want to be great at YouTube, if you're already great at YouTube, you just know what YouTube is and you see yourself being there, but it seems as a complex system, right? Drop me in the chat if you know what YouTube is, if you're involved in it, anything, just drop me in the chat, right? Because not having a heavy traffic source doesn't mean that you won't be successful on YouTube. Like, it won't mean that you're not successful in getting income for your business, right? And I'm going to show you multiple ways how now, right? So when it comes to DMU, right? What does it look like for me? What does the method that we're providing to you today, right? The 3 steps actually pertain to what we do, right? Because we're never going to show you something that doesn't work for us, right? Or didn't work for us. And so literally today, right? Y'all see me, we're here looking good with the black hair and my gold sweater. Okay, shout out to the Golden Impact, right? But this is essentially what YouTube and having digital products and having links that work on my YouTube do for me, right? So if y'all can see at the very top, November 25th at 9:32 a.m., somebody dropped today in the comments. Somebody dropped today in the comments. When I seen this, I said, I gotta screenshot this for my babies tonight. I gotta screenshot this for my babies tonight. Okay? Drop today in the comments. Drop today in the exactly. Literally, somebody from the 360 Video Booth videos booked a consultation call that I now have with them tomorrow. And this happened this morning. But I want to make it very clear. This is why we love and promote YouTube, because these videos that we made from the 360 photo booth, the 360 video booth, can y'all see the year? Can y'all drop what year that was in the chat? Can y'all drop what year that was? Right? It says 2 years ago. What year was 2 years ago? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What year was 2 years ago? Right? Because these 16,000 views, 9,000 views, right? 24,000 views. We got a few videos, 64,000 views. This is 2022, right? We made the video one time. And in 2024 of November 25th today, we are still getting bookings. We're still getting consultation calls. We're still getting our 360 video book ebook that we made one time. And if I look at it now, I'm going to want to redo the whole thing because it was terrible. And if you wait too long, if you love your ebook, right, it's perfect, then you waited too long to post it. Respectfully, I'm a living proof, right? And so I just wanted to show y'all that it's very possible, right, to earn new ways to unlock on YouTube, right? Whether that's new memberships you can gain income from, stickers, going live, different things like that. The top content period. This is literally this week. This week, y'all, my top content period, right? We posted a few shorts, which was great, right? We got some views there, nice 3,300, 600, 500, right? But this right here, we see that it's 2022, but this week alone, 2 years later, we're still getting 558 views on this one video for this week, right? 537 views from this video in 2022, this same week. Somebody drop residual in the chat. Because I don't know about you, but with DMU, we want you to have residual income, not just passive income that's being sold to y'all everywhere else, right? But residual income, right? So this is happening literally this week. And we'll get into the numbers and all the average view durations and what that means. But this is crucial. And I really wanted to just show y'all what that looks like now. Y'all can see the ebook. This was September, right? Like, it's still being bought, and I do absolutely no promotion on the 360 video booth, right? So I wanted to show y'all that just because it's possible, it's really possible. When you do it one time, it can pay you over time, right? Because you could really have the best idea or just the best thought, but if it's not packaged well, if it doesn't have a strong strategy, or it doesn't pull a certain audience and niche that audience in, then it's like it doesn't really exist at all, right? So there are common mistakes that people run into when it comes to YouTube specifically, right? And we're just going to go down the line so that way we can see what it is that we need and can do better, right? So make sure y'all have y'all notepads and y'all pens. I see y'all in the chat on the live. I'm loving it. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to us on YouTube. If y'all not already, we're going to drop the link in the chat for y'all. But just know the YouTube launch is here. But y'all the first to know. All right. So when it comes to YouTube, right, we don't want to just make long videos without strategy, right? You hear multiple people saying, just post it, get online, get online, get online. Get online, get online, get online. And essentially, yes, you do want to get online. You do want to leave a legacy, right? But everybody here, I want y'all to drop purpose in the chat. And yes, I'm making y'all fingers work because I thrive off of energy. High energy means high income, right? So I want y'all to drop purpose in the chat because you have to be purposeful when you're going online with intention if you want specific results, if you want to reach a specific goal, if you want to have your dream actually come true, right? So with the long video, you want to make sure that it's at least 10 to 12 minutes minimum, right? Now, whether this is a video that is self-talk, right? The different type of video is a self-talk video, which is what I'm doing right now, speaking in front of the camera. You have vlog videos where you take your camera or your phone, literally your phone, outside with you along the journey, right? Day-to-day activities, that's a vlog. You have unboxing videos where you unbox different packages you order, right? You have review videos where you can go ahead and review what you order, right? You have different videos that are reaction videos. Let's say you find a video in your own niche, right? And you just want to provide clarity, or you want to do a reaction to it, or you have something to say off of it. You can make a reaction video based off of another video. And there's a plethora of other types of videos you can make, but those are just the ones to name a few. So I'm gonna just run it back real quick. I don't know if y'all typing or writing real fast, but you have the self-talking videos, you have unboxing videos, you have vlog videos, you have even podcast videos, right, where you're doing interviews. You have your, what else did I say? What other type of video is there? Reaction videos and your review videos, right? So with all of these ideas that you have, you can now make a video that is 10 to 12 minutes. And within those 10 to 12 minutes, you can actually cut up, just like my queen Cashflow mentioned, using Opus, right? Cut up that long form video into short videos within itself. So you can end up making one video, one long video, and having 3 to 4 shorts in that one video that are 1 minute or less, 60 seconds or less, 30 seconds or less, 15 seconds or less, right? And you can repurpose those across your other platforms. And in DMU, we show you exactly how to do it when it comes to the editing and also the actual repurposing you need to do for each platform, right? So next, you don't want to go posting without optimization, right? This is not Instagram. This is not TikTok. This is not Snapchat, right? You want to make sure that you're optimizing your YouTube channel, because YouTube, being right bought by Google, when you search on Google, YouTube is one of the first searches that comes up when it comes to videos or answering a question that somebody is asking, because of it being the second biggest search engine in the entire world. So you want to make sure that it's optimized. What does optimized mean? We all know it means being the best, but how are people finding you? By knowing the best words that people are searching. So just how we talked about answer the public, right? In your description links, you want your SEO tags and your keywords to be related to your niche, related to your topic. This should show up in your title, this should show up in your description, and this should show up in your thumbnails, right? As well as your playlist and all the other sorts that come along once you dive deeper into YouTube. But most importantly, you need it in your title, you need it in your descriptions, and of course, the thumbnail should hint on that as well. Right? So I want everybody to know that your video will work. It's a common mistake that people don't get with YouTube. Personally, with our YouTube channel, reasons why one of our videos hit over 65,000 views was because we simply typed in the question on YouTube and there were no videos that provided the answer. You know how frustrated I was? I was so frustrated I couldn't find the answer. So I went and made a video about it, literally. And that video is now over 65,000 views today, right? And so just know that your video will work when you provide value, when you are sure or have confidence in your niche, in your brands, that you are solving someone else's question, someone else's problem, whether that's a small question or a big question, it helps someone. And whether that goes viral today, next week, next month, or next year, it's a video that you did one time. Somebody drop one time in the chat, right? Because you will earn your analytics like this. You will earn your knowing where your subscribers are coming from, knowing where people are viewing your content from, by posting your videos with intention and on a consistent schedule, right? So this is what you need to be successful in starting your videos on YouTube, right? You want to have the video structure. We already talked about the time length, and we talked about it being a long form video first, right? Because you want your audience to get hooked right away. When it comes to your long form content, your hook should be within that 10 to 30 seconds of the video. So that way your viewer understands what they just clicked on is going to provide value. If you have a title on your video that says how to how to love yourself, how to love yourself when you're feeling depressed, right? And then you get on the video, and the first thing they said is, listen, I'm gonna bake this cake today, but I don't really know if I want to eat it because I didn't really have dinner. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, what is going on? This is not the video that I clicked. I want value, right? I want to know about how I can self-care, self-love on me. So you want to hook them right away within that 10-second to 30-second frame. Then you have, of course, your value pillars, right? We talked about being able to chop up that long form content into smaller form pieces, right? Well, those are your value pillars. Let's make it simple. Drop simple in the chat. When it comes to DMU, simplicity is our identity. We're going to have to get that tatted on us. Simplicity is our identity, right? Because the value pillars that you create are going to be your key points that you can now chop up into your shorts to allow you to repurpose them on different platforms, put them as your YouTube shorts. But all in all, we put one time in the chat because you are creating this video one time. So now if we have a video of how to self-love on ourselves, right? You're going to talk about 4 things pertaining to, or 3 things pertaining to that one topic. And those are your value pillars, right? You're providing value for the person that is viewing it. So that way they can use what you're saying to now implement what you put out as the title or what you put out to solve their problem, right? And then we're going to go into our CTA and our LTA. I know y'all hear CTA before, and if you haven't, that is your call to action. But with YouTube, there is an LTA, right? Your lead to action. What are you leading them to do? When you have your YouTube video out there, right? When it comes to the end, the biggest thing that you want to avoid is saying, hey, comment, like, subscribe. Make sure y'all come back to this video. I'm going to be posting videos for a while. Look at me admitting people into the room. I'm going to be posting videos for a while. Make sure y'all come back. No, you want to decide before your videos are even created where you want them to go next. So if I have a video about me self-loving, about providing self-love to avoid depression, but then my next video is about self-love to express exercise or to just do things that will physically get me moving again, I want to lead that video into the next video, right? Drop makes sense if that makes sense. The way you're ending one video, you should be able to lead them into another video or lead them into a specific link in your description box. Lead them to your ebook that will help them with exactly what you're talking about in the video, right? And that's where you want to leave it hanging, right? When it comes to your videos, of course, you want to have great lighting. I see. Okay, drop. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, perfect. I see y'all on the YouTube live. I love it. I love it. All right. Y'all still with me? Drop the battery symbols in the chat if y'all are still with me, right? Because right now we're speaking about what you need when it comes to making the great content, being on YouTube, and providing the quality in your actual video, right? So of course, great lighting is important. You want to have a consistent background, right? When you're doing a talk head video like we talked about earlier today, when you're doing an unboxing or you're doing a get ready with me or you're cooking in the kitchen or you do videos in your car, you want to have something that is consistent. So that way your audience is trusting you. In 1 second, y'all. That way your audience is trusting you with your videos. They can always expect or have an idea where to find you at, right? And it's important that with this lighting and the consistent background that your lighting is in front of y'all. If I could show y'all something in real time, drop real time in the chat. Drop real time in the chat. I want to show y'all something in real time when it comes to specific videos, when it comes to being on YouTube. All right, everybody sees me, right? Y'all see who? I know y'all are on the live, so y'all probably don't see, but it's cool. If y'all can see me, I see real time. Okay, right. We talk about great lighting. Everybody sees what I look like right now, right? But let me show y'all when y'all don't have great lighting, what it does to how you look, right? What it does to your quality. Do y'all see the difference? Can you, yeah, what's going on? Is she ashy? Did she put lotion on? Y'all see the difference? This is lighting and this is no lighting, right? So you always want to make sure that your lighting is in front of you, not behind you, not above your head, not on both sides like a box, but in front of you, right? So that it captures your full face and that people can see you when you're speaking, and you can provide not only value in what you're saying, but also what they're able to see, right? Moving on, you have your thumbnail, relatable questions. Wait, what? Question mark, what's going on? When it comes to YouTube and your thumbnails, you want to make sure that they're relating to your actual title, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you know what a thumbnail is, and drop a 0 in the chat if you have no idea what a thumbnail is. Drop a 1 in the chat if you know what a thumbnail is, and drop a 0 in the chat if you have no idea what a thumbnail is. Drop a 1 in the chat if you have an idea, drop a 0 if you don't. Okay, so I see a few zeros. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Well, I'm going to show you right now in real time because that's what we do best, right? So, all right, let me just stop sharing my screen really quick. Okay. Y'all let me know. Oh, just kidding. All right, y'all can see my screen. Y'all should be able to see my screen. There we go. Okay. Can everybody see my screen? Drop yes in the chat if you can see my screen. Drop yes in the chat if y'all can see my screen. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So, all right. So these are thumbnails. What you see when you log into YouTube or you just type in youtube.com, as you can see, this is literally the URL, youtube.com. That's it. Solamente y no más. I'm not finished, but I am Bayesian. Throw your flag in the chat, right? But these are your thumbnails. What you see here is really your cover. This is how your videos are packaged, right? So we talked about earlier, not just going online and throwing anything out there because you're with DMU. So value and intentionality and your goals and your dreams are important to you. So you want to make sure what you're putting out there is full of the quality that you really are. But your thumbnail should really complement what it is your title is, right? So you see this thumbnail here, it says step-by-step guide $100,000, and the title is How I Make Money on Football Videos, right? You see different thumbnails here, right? YouTube is about to change. And then the title is The YouTube Algorithm Explains, right? So somebody dropped their niche in the chat so I can give you a real-time valuable video idea right now with the thumbnail idea, right? Because that's exactly how it should be. When you're posting your videos on YouTube, you need to have a proper thumbnail that complements your title, right? Look at this thumbnail, now or never. And then the title is How to Finally Cure Your Procrastination Habits. Powerful, right? Right? So I see credit repair or business funding. So your thumbnail might be 625, right? With a red arrow down. And the title is How to Go from a 600 credit score to an 800 credit score in 60 days. Boom. That's a video idea with a thumbnail right there, right? We see truck dispatching, right? Your thumbnail can be a picture of the schedule of what the trucking dispatching is, right? And the title is How to Organize Your Truck Drivers, right? It's more so simple when it comes to just understanding that your thumbnails are really your ideas. It's really just making your ideas and your titles come to life to give that complimentary partner status, because that's what your thumbnail is. Your thumbnail is a partner to your title. All right, drop got it in the chat. And I know this is a masterclass, so we want to give you as much as possible in the time that we can respect y'all in, right? So drop got it if y'all got it. If y'all understand what a thumbnail is, if you've never heard, but now you get it, just drop got it in the chat for me, because I could spend 2 hours on thumbnails, right? But we got to get to the system to make this all work. Right? But essentially with your videos, what you can use, right? Where to edit, you can use CapCut, you can use YouTube, you can use iMovie, and you could use Adobe Premiere. CapCut, you can use free. YouTube is free. We more so recommend YouTube if you've already uploaded a video and you need to make edits to it. iMovie is free if you have the Apple devices. And then for my pro editors or people that really want to become an editor, Adobe Premiere, that is going to give you the top of the top when it comes to expert editing. And then when you create great videos, you get different things like this, right? This is a notification showing that out of the 10 top videos on your channel, this is 1 out of 1. And in less than 8 hours, it's already at 827 views. So with this method, that's exactly what you can get. All right, y'all. So with that being said, why YouTube? Like, why? Why is she talking about YouTube so bad? Well, because it's a part of DMU. YouTube is literally the best quality when it comes to content, right? It pays the creators the most consistently, on time and over time, right? We talked about residual income, not just quote unquote passive, right? But YouTube also allows you to have the knowledge. It allows you to become an expert in your field, right? Some of my clients, I'll send them video ideas. They be like, here she go again, right? But now look at you knowing something you never even knew before because it's trending in your topic. And YouTube is telling you, make a video about this because this amount of people are searching for it. So you become an expert. You become the brand authority that we talked about in the beginning just from being on YouTube alone. And somebody dropped free in the chat, because YouTube is a free platform, but it gives the highest payoff. And of course, with the legacy that is recorded, not only are you able to live the legacy right now, but your grandkids, your great grandkids, your great grandkids, kids, cousins, aunties, uncles, they dogs, they naked mole rats. What you got, Jasmine Monet? How many? All of them. They are gonna know who you are, right? I don't know what my great great grandmother did or who she really was, right? I know she had to be the best of the best because I'm here, but now the rest of your family will really see a legacy that you've been able to cultivate through your passion, through your purpose. And that's how we get to the profit with YouTube, right? So 7 ways to be profitable on YouTube. Write these down, whether you're typing it, whether you're writing it with your pen, with your pencil. I see y'all on the live. Okay, make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. I love it. I love it. Launch is this week, next week. Was I supposed to say that? Oh, well. 7 ways to be profitable on YouTube, right? So you have, with YouTube, you want to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers to reach the maximum monetization, right? I'll say that again, 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. And this is very doable, right? So that's number 1. You'll be getting paid from different ads on YouTube when you reach that threshold, right? Number 2, you can have memberships, right? The people that join your channel, the people that watch your channel, you can create memberships from them. Number 3, you have affiliate marketing. If you're doing those unboxing videos, right? Or you have certain products that you use, putting those links in the description box will be ever so slightly for them to click. And now you have affiliate links, right? Number 4, different podcasts. When you're able to monetize on podcasts by using OPA, other people's audience that we talk about all the time, right? And now you're able to put your offer in front of their audience, right? That is a big monetization piece right there. You have physical products with YouTube. You can put physical products on the specific video. I know this one guy, he literally did a test this year on slushy cups. Literally made videos every single day about slushy cups. And now he nets $1 million on YouTube a month just from the combination of slushy cups and the videos, right? And so I think that was 5. Was that 5 or 6? Don't let me skip out on y'all now. Don't let me skip out on y'all, right? But essentially, you'll be able to also make courses, right? Let's say if you have courses for your members, or I know one of our lovely students, she does sewing, right? So if she has 3 to 5 videos about how to create a skirt, how to create jeans, how to create a shirt, right? And she wants to go more in depth for her specific audience, then the videos that she provides to, let's say, her membership or the people that are already subscribed to her, right? Now those videos can go on your YouTube as an unlisted video. That unlisted video is still accumulating watch hours, which you get paid from, and it's getting close to 9 o'clock. So I want to get through this, right? Essentially, we talked about, of course, YouTube being the second most search engine in the world. And I want y'all to understand that 90% of the young consumers who are buying online are seeing brands for the first time on YouTube. So if you are not on YouTube, you are 90% behind. Again, for the first time, they are discovering new brands on YouTube. 90%. 90, right? And so with YouTube, we are so passionate about here with DMU because in the world, right? If somebody is reaching out to you because you have a company, or you they need to ask you a question, or they need to find out information on how you did this, or how you did this equation, or how you connected with this person, or how to set up this. But let's say it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Well, for somebody else, it's probably 12 p.m. It's probably 2 p.m. for somebody else. But with YouTube, they're able to get access to you 24/7. This is a gem. I'm gonna drop this for y'all. Drop gem in the chat. Drop gem in the chat. And I'm going to give this to y'all because I really, 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 really want to. Drop gem in the chat. Drop gem in the chat, right? Because when it comes to the 24/7 availability, the 24/7 access, right? You can make videos of your frequently asked questions. And every frequently asked questions that you have, whether it's a step-by-step that you need to provide, or a 2 to 3 minute video of you explaining it and walking them through, well, guess what? Now you'll be able to get paid just from them watching that video on YouTube alone, time after time, year after year, month after month, right? So use it to your advantage. I'm telling y'all, it is a worldwide audience that you don't want to miss out on, right? And so I really, really, really want to ask y'all this question, right? Have you ever thought about what happens when you actually get the attention that you're looking for in your business? When you actually get the 100,000 views, the 10 million views, the 6 million views, the 5 million views, the 1 million followers. Like, have you ever thought about what happens when you actually get that attention? Drop yes in the chat if you've ever thought about it. Drop no if you've never really sat down and thought about what you're gonna do, right? Because people say they want the attention, you want to go viral, but in all actuality, do you have the systems to match? Right? I don't see no yeses or nos in the chat. I don't know if I lost y'all already, but listen, this is all in front of you. I know it's a lot. Let me say this right here. I know it's a lot. But when you put it together, right, in the 3-step process that we're showing you here, and tie it all together with the system that makes it simple, then you can only win. So I want to pass this over to my sister Monet, who is going to show y'all how to put this all together, because you can have the best products, the most popping YouTube channel, but I've had clients where their links don't even work in their descriptions, and they're missing out on hundreds, thousands of dollars, right? Just for the simple fact that their system is not together on the back end. What's going on, Jasmine Monet?
What's up? Whew, been patiently waiting my turn. I know I say it every time, but I really feel that way. Thank you. Y'all throw the green battery emoji in the chat for Jasmine Ruby, because if y'all weren't taking notes, I don't know what to tell you, because she she dropped some real gems. So I don't see any green batteries in the chat. Drop them in the chat for Jazz. Drop them in the chat for Jazz. Show her some love. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we're about to hop into my favorite part, the system. So let me get my screen together really quick. 1 second. Hold on here. Get my chat over here. Get all the screens going. Sometimes it's awesome having several screens, but sometimes it's a lot having several screens. So hold on. All right, my chat here. There we go. They're the green batteries. Thank you. So what if I told you all that you were relying on all of the wrong systems? What if I told you that you were relying on all of the wrong systems, right? So if you are someone, if this is you, if you are someone that is still using spreadsheets and pen and paper to stay organized right now in your business, in your life in 2024, drop no more in the chat. You just might be counting on systems that do not support your growth. If you're still using pen and paper and/or spreadsheets to stay organized, really as your only source to stay organized, that's what I'll say. Drop no more in the chat. And where's my chat? Oh, there we go. Oh, they're coming in. No, yes. And don't be ashamed. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna talk through it tonight. We're gonna talk through it. And I'm still not sharing my screen. I'm so sorry. I get excited and I'm diving in. All right, I was sharing. Okay. There we go. Boom, there we go. We're here, we're here. Okay. So, by implementing the right systems, such as a CRM, which is a customer relationship management software, it is essential for you to create a strong business foundation. Systems are one of the keys to your success, and everything that Kiana and Jasmine Ruby have mentioned are key, especially what Jasmine Ruby just said. Okay. Without a CRM, even the best products and highest traffic won't lead to success. Story time. True story. This year, had a client. This ties in to exactly what Jasmine Ruby just said. Had somebody actually reach out before they were a client. They reached out and they were like, I just need help. I'm not getting any sales. I'm not making any money. So when I did my research to go look at him, like, this dude is popping like 350K followers on Instagram. His YouTube is popping, his TikTok, every platform you type him in, he popped up. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not making any money? Like, talk to me. Like, what are we really talking about? So when I went through everything, I went to his link tree in his bio. I started clicking links, broken, 404 error code. I went to one link and then I was like, oh, let me fill out the form. Let me actually do an action on that page. It didn't work. I went to his other page where he had one digital product. I couldn't even buy it, right? The list goes on. I'm just like, this is ridiculous, right? So if you all just saw him just on the streets, or if you just were following him because you liked, he was in the fitness niche too. If you were just following him and you're like, oh my gosh, I love his stuff, in your mind, you will automatically think this dude has money and this dude is generating all this money. And the answer is no, he's not. He wasn't. Well, now he is, but he wasn't at the time. He wasn't at the time. And so the piece, he had everything that Keanu's talking about. So that's one check mark, right? He had everything Jasmine Ruby was talking about. He had way more than what Jasmine Ruby's talking about, because we're teaching you that you don't even have to have 300,000 followers to generate income. He had that too, like multiply. But that last box was not checked. He did not have his systems in place. And therefore, he literally, when we looked back, he lost so much money. And he was like out of commission for like a year or 2 years. Think about how much money he left on the table because he didn't have his systems in order. His links weren't working. Everything was not set up properly, right? So I hope y'all get the picture. Like that's not going to be us. When we know better, we do better. So let's talk about some of the common mistakes when it comes to systems, right? So without clear processes, it's like trying to bake a cake without a recipe. How many of us have done that? I know I'm extra guilty. I don't always like to read. So I'm like, okay, let me skim this. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna do it. And what happens? I get a half I get a half-assed product most of the time. Like, it's usually not that great. I'm like, man, it's missing something. I need a little bit of this. It's the same thing with your systems, right? Same thing, right? You may get something edible, but it probably won't turn out right every time and it won't be consistent, right? And it's your foundation won't truly be set. So when you document your it helps keep your business running smoothly and it sets you up for growth. So I want you all to think about, let's say, I'm gonna give a real example. For those of you that have a job, we all have worked a job at some point, whether you is now or later, you've worked for someone in some capacity. I want you to think about your onboarding process. I want you to think about you went in, right? You may have saw the job posting, someone told you about it, you applied for that job, you got accepted, you went in for the interview, then you actually got hired, right? So you went through all those steps. So now you show up for your first day, but they don't have it together. You're supposed to have your onboarding packet, you're signing documents, you're doing X, you're doing Y, you're doing Z, you're doing all of these things, but it is so unorganized. You don't know how you're going to get paid. You don't know what you're doing tomorrow. They haven't laid it out clear for you. That is a process. That's a system, right? So I want to make sure that y'all understand that it makes sense. That's a process. I have been in some job situations in the past where it was like that. And I'm like, do I even want to work here? If you can't get my onboarding right, what is it going to be like when I actually start the job? I'm only in training right now. I'm only in the onboarding process. So I want you to think about it from that perspective. All right. So another common mistake, right? So imagine someone wants to buy from you, but they can't find your contact information easily. So this is very similar to the example that I just gave with old dude that had all those followers, right? They may just move on to a competitor. They're going to leave. How many of us have went to someone's page? We couldn't even find how to email them, how to contact them, how to buy from them, how to fill out an inquiry form, nothing, right? And what do? We left the page. We're like, forget it. Nobody is going through all the trouble to contact you. They're not doing it unless they're just really desperate and they really want to contact you. But let's really look at the percentages. Like, how many times is that the case? Not that many times. So what I always like to tell people is I like to I like to tell people to put yourself in your client's shoes, in your customer's shoes. I want you to think about all of the horrible experiences that you've had when you have purchased something. It could be that you bought shoes from Amazon, you shopped at Shein, you went and got your hair done, you went to a restaurant. I really want you to really think about the the experience that you had, the bad experiences, right? You didn't want to go back. You wanted to leave a bad review. You probably went and posted either a review on their like Google My Business page, or you told a friend like, dude, don't go here. This is why. You may have blasted them, right? So just with that, we want to make sure that everything is set up correctly, and as efficient as possible. We want to make sure our foundation is set so that your customers and your clients don't go through that, right? Yes, you're human. Yes, systems and tech are perfect, because it's absolutely not. Like, it's absolutely not. But being proactive rather than reactive is the key. That is the key. When you are proactive, is less likely chance for something to go wrong, or it's a less likely chance for a client or a customer to be upset. It's a less likely chance that if you have a funnel page set up, right, where somebody's like, "Ooh, I really want that ebook," and they come to your page, they fill out the form, and you're like, "Oh, okay, you fill out my form, I'm gonna give you my ebook." They fill out your form, they did what you asked, but then they don't even get their freaking ebook that you promised them. So what, you don't want to be that person, because we all have experienced that. We all have it. So going back to my point a second ago, the bad experiences that we've had, how many of us have purchased something and we never got it? Whether it was something physically coming in the mail, or it was supposed to be like a digital product or good that came to our email and we didn't get it. We're pissed. I know I'm upset. I'm like, hold on a minute. I just gave you my money and you can't even give me the thing that I just paid for. That's a problem. And nobody's putting up with that, right? Nobody's putting up with that. Alrighty, moving on to the last common mistake, right? So if your landing page, your funnel, your opt-in page, your website, anything, all of the terminology that you may have heard before, whether you know what it is or not, any page that you go to, any link that you click and a page pulls up, right? If it does not show visitors a clear next step, they will lose interest and leave. So your call to actions are very, very important. What is it that you are wanting them to do? Do you want them to book a call with you? Do you want them to subscribe to your newsletter? Do you want them to purchase something for you? What is it that you want to invite them to your masterclass, your webinar, subscribe to your YouTube channel, what you download your lead magnet, right? The list goes on. What is it that you are wanting them to do? It has to be clear, right? If not, people are leaving. Simplicity is key. Confused minds do not buy. Confused minds also don't take action, right? So think about it. Think about your customers. Put yourself in their shoes. We have all been there before, right? So for example, which I just gave an example, but for example, a customer may, get frustrated if they can't find the buy now button and then they're leaving. That is money that you lost out on, right? And I think about the customer lifetime value. It's not only that one thing. Let's say they were on your page and they couldn't find the buy now button to buy your digital product. So not only did you lose that one sale, you don't know how much money you actually left on the table, probably a lot. Because just because they buy that one thing from you doesn't mean that that's it. You want them to stay in your funnel. You want to nurture them. You want them to buy again from you, again and again and again, from all the things that you have, right? So yes, you're leaving money on the table, and not only with them, but the people that they know too. So forget the referrals. So it's a trickle effect, right? It's a complete trickle effect. It's like, man, you lost them, you lost that money, you lost any future money from that person, and you lost all the people that they may have told, like, man, DMU is freaking awesome. You got to go over there, right? You lost all that. That's out the window. And who knows, what opportunities those could be for you and could turn into. You may hear my 3-year-old knocking. She's wanting to get in here. So I'm gonna keep going. All right, drop a 3 in the chat if y'all are still with me. Let me hop over here to the chat. Let me drop a 3 in the chat. Okay, y'all are still with me. Good, 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 good. All right. So let's talk about what you need when it comes to systems. All the things that you need to really set that foundation, right? You need an easy automation setup to keep existing clients interested, right? And you want to turn those undecided leads into customers so that no opportunities are missed in your funnel. We are not leaving any money on the table. And the only true way that you know that you are not leaving any money on the table is to have your back end set up, is to have your workflows and your automation set up. That's the only way. Why? Because you are one person. You can't respond to everybody. You can't do all the actions and work your job and be a parent and this, and you can't do everything. I don't care how much of Superwoman or Superman you think you are, you're going to miss something, right? Or you take too long to respond to this person, they're gone, or you don't get this person. We don't even have to do that. We set up things on autopilot. So literally, they say passive income, make money while you sleep. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, right? So you think about those larger companies, your Fortune 100 companies and your 500 companies. How do you think that they are able to operate at the capacity that they operate? How do you think that they were able to scale? It started with what we're talking about right now. Think about McDonald's. What's the name of that movie? There's a movie. It's about how McDonald's was kind of started and all that good stuff. And it's a good movie. I can't think of the name right now, but it was so good. And how they started, they got their system in order and they multiplied like quick and fast. Now, Mr. Cooperger, I'm done. I'm so done. But yeah, like it talked about that, and I was like, man, like they had a system, and that's how they were able to multiply quickly. Next thing it was went from one McDonald's to 10 to 50. They had franchises. I mean, and it just boom, it exploded, right? It was just a whole thing because they had their system in order, right? So most people that are successful, your influencers, these larger companies, they started where you all are right now, in a room, getting the game. But the difference is they went and implemented and executed the game and they got better. That is the difference between them and most people that are on these calls. That's not going to be y'all. I'm talking about other people, right? That get on calls like this to learn information. They don't go implement and execute it. They truly don't. All right. So let's keep going on what you need, right? When it comes to systems, effective landing pages, opt-in pages, websites, sales funnels pages, the list goes on, right? You want to highlight how you can solve their problems and you want it to look attractive, right? It will help you increase sales and capture the opportunity every single time. So if you're not a designer, if you don't have an eye for design, go hire somebody. I don't have the money. Yes, you do. All those Starbucks runs, those extra runs with your girls or the guys, yeah, you have the money. Go spend $100 and go get your page to look good. Right. So I tell people that all the time. I don't have any sympathy about that. But moving on, right? You want to make sure that, again, kind of going back to what we talked about a minute ago, confused minds don't buy. If they can't find what they need, if it doesn't look good, if they don't find a way to contact you, they're not moving forward. So now you've missed a lead and God knows what else, right? So what else do you need, right? When it comes to systems, you want to ensure that your contact information is easy to find. Boom, right there. Boom in the footer. Top right corner. Here are my social media links. Here's my phone number. Okay, if you don't want to, disclose that. Here's my social media links. Here's my email. That's how you can get in contact with me. Hey, here's a form, right? They fill out the form. However you want to do it, right? You want to make sure you're always collecting people's information. Don't just let them get away for free. They want to talk to you. They want to get with you for whatever reason. You need to be collecting some information. So now they're in your funnel. You can nurture them and talk to them later, right? And not just at that one time, right? So making sure your contact information is easy to find. If they can't reach you, as we all know, they're going to get frustrated. You're going to lose the sale. You're going to lose the opportunity, and God knows what else. So we don't have to reiterate that. So we keep talking about that. Are y'all following? Are y'all following? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're still here. If you are still here and you are consuming all this goodness. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure y'all are still with me. And you know what? Before I go to the next slide, what I will say is there's a kind of stigma that, systems, I run across a lot of people over the years, right? Because I've been doing this a long time, and I would have a call with them and I'm like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. They got scared, intimidated, overwhelmed. They didn't set up their system. Some of them did blow up over the years. And then they came back like, oh, Jasmine, can you help me? And I'm like, but it's going to be 10 times the price. I'm sorry. because when I wanted you to get this right in the beginning and I told you you needed this, you didn't listen, but you came to me as an expert. So what I want you guys to understand is this is not hard, right? It's not hard. I want you to shift your mindset about it. These are things you need to know. Your customer journey. We all have big dreams and aspirations. We want to scale, right? So for those of us that are in business now, or if you're just starting, you're likely a solopreneur. So you're wearing all the hats. You're the accountant, the marketing person, you're providing the service and fulfilling the orders. You're doing all of the things. And that is normal, right? And then you start hiring people as time goes on. The systems make it that much easier when you're going through that process. But the biggest thing that I always want to get everyone to understand is you have to understand your business. You have to understand the journey from the time somebody goes on your social media page and they find you to, ooh, I'm interested, all the way to the time that they buy from you, all the way through. And I'm not just talking about a free lead magnet. You want them to spend money with you. So when they find you on social media, they end up on your page, they put in their information on your form, get a lead magnet. It's not done. The journey is not finished. You want them to eventually buy from you. So that means you got to nurture them. There are other things you still need to do, but I want you all to understand that full customer journey. I could talk about that all night because that most people don't understand that. So nothing that Jasmine and Kiana are talking about matter if you don't have what I'm talking about right now. This is like that silver lining bow that is on the top. If you don't have this, none of what they're saying matters. You can get with Key. She can get you right with the market research, and she's going to niche you down in the AI and the digital products. Great. Okay, you got something to sell. Check. Cool. Jasmine's going to get you right. She's going to get you that brand awareness, really get you to understand, make it simple, get you on YouTube. You're going to have a following. They're going to be interested. They're going to want to buy from you. Check. But then what? Right? You can have 50,000 followers on YouTube. It does not matter. If you don't have anywhere to send them, you're spinning your wheels. You're wasting your time. Like, what are you really doing? So that's really the thing I want everyone to understand. You're not going to understand the systems in one day. It takes time, right? Repetition, consistency, like anything else. But this is one of the important pieces that you need to understand, and it's going to help you scale when you get to that point. So I want to talk to you all about my major breakthrough, right? So I don't even think I mentioned this earlier, but I am a mom of 3 beautiful princesses. They're young, which they're beating on the door while I'm doing this story of my life. I have a puppy and 2 guinea pigs and a husband. I'm busy, which we all are in our own ways, but like I'm busy. So me, time management, time blocking, having things in place is everything for me because my brain, like even right now, she's knocking like it's if I had ADD, I'll be everywhere. Like I gotta stay here focused because she's beating and I'm like, man, she crying and she really, like I gotta have things in order, right? All that to say, because that's on a daily basis. So having the right systems for me has made life so much easier. And like Jasmine and Kiana said, we don't teach things, we don't preach things that we don't do ourselves. So as a busy mom of 3 and all the other things I have, right? I found freedom from checking emails and texting people to get on my calendar. That's a big one. My phone blows up all day. And a lot of you may be in the same position. What really saved me a lot of time was creating a calendar with my availability. It has a link. When someone's like, hey, can I get some time with you? I send them the link. I'm not going back and forth with you 4, 5, 6 messages to find a time next week when we can chat. I don't have time for that. And my time is valuable. I don't have the time, and you shouldn't have the time either. That's one example of an automation that is simple that will bring you back more time in your day. I want you to start thinking, okay, what are the things that I can automate that take up my time? Write down all the things. This is an exercise that I used to do, like when I used to do webinars and that type of thing, like years and years ago, right? I probably need to bring that back and bring some homework for y'all, right? It's a masterclass. I'm gonna bring some homework because what are the things that are taking up your time? If you don't know, that's your homework to go figure it out. If you already know, then you need to write them down. What are the things that are taking up your time on a weekly basis, right? And then from there, we see, okay, where are the areas of opportunity? What can we take off your plate and get the system to do? Set up a system to do it, or we hire somebody to do it. The game is automation or delegation. That's the game. So either we're going to use the system to set it up, and what that can't do, you hire somebody to do, right? But literally, me being so busy, the checking emails and texting people is everything. I even have filters in my email. I have all type of stuff. I'm a complete geek, but I have a lot of stuff set up, right? Um, right. So having the right systems in place, I started earning 4-figure sales, right? While being at the park, which I spent a lot of time at, field trips, parks, you name it, doctor's office, wherever, right? I'm always out doing things, but having things in place allows me to be present to do those things. I don't ever miss a field trip. I never miss an award ceremony. I don't miss anything because I have things in place where it's like, nope, this is where I'm going to be. I can still make money. People can still book calls. My business still functions, even though I'm not sitting in front of the computer. My business, that's the key. My business is still functioning and I'm not even sitting right here. So that is where we want to get all of you. That is really what we want you to understand, right? I'm living my dream, making money passively, literally doing the things, right? And, by implementing the right automations and systems, right? I literally automating my business, even with the team, even growing a team, right? Doing all that. And so even with that, you take what Kiana, Jasmine, and I are talking about. You take our 3-step DMU method, right? Look at this screenshot, right? This is from earlier this year, but this is from a digital product. A digital product. I was somewhere, I don't remember where I was, but I was somewhere and I checked my emails, like, let's go. Right? So imagine if I didn't have my systems in place, those people wouldn't have even gotten the thing that they actually paid for. I would have been scrambling wherever I literally don't remember where I was, but I would have been scrambling to send them the thing, or I'd have been like, oh, I got to get home, or oh, when it's too much. They were able to pay, they got what they needed, and boom, right? So that's what I want you all to think about. So what would achieving 5-figure months, this is a true question I have for y'all. What would achieving 5-figure months of passive income on autopilot really mean for you and your business? For you and your family, for you and your kids, you and your significant other, you and your whatever it is and whomever it is, right? What would that really mean for all of you? And so for those of y'all that are still on the live stream, on YouTube, make sure that you click the link and join us live. We are very intimate here in the chat. We want y'all here. We want you in the room. Click that link. We want you in here, right? But I really want y'all to think about that question. So I hope that y'all got some value out of what I talked about tonight. Remember those key things that I said, but at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand that systems it just can't be missed. You need to do it right. Do it at the beginning. Don't wait. Don't be that person because you're going to come crawling back, whether it's me or somebody else, and be like, oh my God, I need you to fix. And you just don't want to be in that position. So I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for allowing me to grace the stage. I'm going to bring my sister Kiana back up. And I'm thankful. Thank y'all for letting me share that knowledge. I get really passionate about it.
All right, y'all. So let us know in the comments your takeaway so far. Like what did you get from this? And we want to move into Q&A. So we want to take some questions from you all, any questions that you may have, because we know we shared a lot of information from the 3-step method, which is basically being able to set your business up in the box and utilizing YouTube to get that brand recognition, those extra revenue, all of those different things that we talked about. So we want to take some questions. So go ahead and raise your hand and we'll definitely take questions. Don't be shy. And let us know what you have, any questions that you have about the systems, about YouTube, about whether you're a beginner, whether you already have a business. Definitely take this time to ask us some questions. So does anyone have any questions? Let's see. Let's see if we have any questions in the chat. And I do see the individuals live on YouTube as well. See those questions coming in. So let's see. All right. So nobody has any questions about any of this. Do y'all have VAs that run this strategy? Oh, that's a great question. Who wants to answer that question? Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah. So we do have VAs that run the strategy. Essentially, you can have VAs that do pretty much everything for your business. So we have virtual assistants that are set up and trained the proper way in order to understand how to basically run the YouTube channel the proper way, and also how to set up your systems the proper way, and to have the right digital products, the right descriptions, the right keywords, titles, and tags, in which we talked about thumbnails. So that way your business can function the right way and you're able to actually see the monetization within the strategy. So yes, we do have VAs that run away. Use is faceless YouTube best? So I'll let Jasmine Ruby answer that. But to actually answer that question, it depends. But I'm gonna let her break down, um, faceless versus having a face channel.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question, Paul. So when it comes to being on YouTube, you really just want to determine what your goal is. So, for example, if you want to get more of an outreach, for your specific brand, right? You want to create a personal community, right? Then you're more so gonna go with the YouTube that you are creating, right? That you're personally on. If you're looking at YouTube as like basically just a cash cow, or let's say you play video games, or you have different hobbies that you like to do and you just more so want to go that route, then you can go ahead and do faceless. But essentially, is faceless YouTube best? What do you mean by best, Paul? Faceless YouTube is great. Having your face on YouTube is great. Both of them are great. They do both require work. And you both can you can monetize and get money on both of them. So it really just depends on if you are the type that wants to, connect with your audience on a personal level. I will say, on if you have anything to do with finance, anything to do with money, right? You want to make sure that if you want to go a personal route, because people want to make sure that they're getting information that they can trust you from, right? Opposed to a faceless or a bunch of stock videos, right? So it really depends on your goals, and then it depends on your niche. But either one of the two, they both monetize well. They both reach a large audience, right? But essentially, like I said, it's based off of your goals, and then also what it is how you want to connect with your audience. But yes, and I have both of them, so that's why I'm able to speak on both of them. Yes, exactly. Okay, perfect. Absolutely.
Great questions, Paul. Shout out to Paul for asking those questions, because questions are important. So if you have questions, if anything is in your mind right now, we are here to answer your questions live. So go ahead and let us know in the chat or raise your hand if you're able to speak any questions that you have.
It sounds like they got all the game. They about to do what they know. They don't need no questions answered. They good to go. They like, y'all did that. Time to go. That's what I'm getting. Y'all got no questions. I better see a video tomorrow with the system and the email function right away.
Okay.
Pipeline booming.
Okay.
Oh,
I have a question.
the hands coming down. Okay. I see it. All right, Tony. Come on.
Okay, so I have questions, because I'm not going to be up tomorrow, probably not in the next month even. But what was interesting to me was the part about being automated or either delegating. So that's a hard part for me. I find myself like every time I sit down to actually try to get something done, I go through my emails first, and then next thing I know, an hour, 2 hours have passed checking my emails. So how do you delegate something like emails? Like, how can you, even if you had a VA, like, how do they know what's important to you? Like, that seems like that would be hard to.
So the easiest thing is basically that's a great question. So from a business standpoint, like you said, you want to focus on like working on the business and not in the business. So like that's a great point. So being able to like check your emails, and you do that through training. So essentially your virtual assistant, like if you're working direct to them before you get to the point where you might have like a manager or operations person that's over your virtual assistant, you will be able to do a video. And in that video, you'll be able to show them what you basically train them to have an eye like you. You'll be able to show them like, okay, when you're going through the email, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not looking for. And like Jasmine Monet mentioned, she has a lot of ways in which she systemizes and organizes her email. So a lot of people don't really know, but you can actually code your email, you can color code it, you can put tags in your email to make it easier. So like, for instance, junk email or email from a specific company can actually go into folders to make it more organized for you. So those are things that VAs can do, and they'll know. And you could set up like a key sheet. So like like back in the day, you have like a key where it's like if it's this company or this type of email, and that way they'll know and they'll have something to follow. We call that a quality assurance check. And they'll know like, okay, when I see this email, this is going to either go to the trash or this is going to be moved to important, right? Once you start to actually code those emails, and it just becomes easier. You do a SOP, which we talk about that as a standard operations procedure, and they'll have videos that are attached to that. When they come on board, you'll make sure that they're right, and you'll do a test with them. And then and over time, they'll understand how it works and how you work and how you flow. Yeah. So that would be something that you can easily, task someone to do. And you just do a video just to show them.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
That's a good
question. Yeah. Thank you.
Question. Did you have any other questions, or was that your only question?
That was it.
Okay, perfect. But no, that's a great start. Getting a virtual assistant for just administrative type tasks like that, or anything that's taking a lot of your time, because you said 2 hours, that's 2 hours of you actually, recording footage, like, things that is going to actually bring in revenue for your business. So that's perfect that you're able to identify that. And like Monet said, just take the time to write out all the different tasks that you're doing that could be outsourced to someone else. That doesn't require you necessarily to be the ones doing that. And I would start from there, and then you begin to, kind of make a check mark next to it, because there are certain VAs that can do multiple things as well. So there might be things that they can do besides just, checking email. They could be responding to email, all types of things. So you want to start with there, and that's something that I would give you to do as a task.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then I see RJ, you had your hand up.
You answered my question.
Oh, I did? Okay, yeah. Perfect. Anybody else has any questions for today? Nope, no more questions. Okay, perfect. So everybody, what's the first thing you're gonna do after we end the call tonight? Oh wait, RJ has a question.
my bad. This question is for Jazz. I know Jazz should be doing her thing on the content part. What's a good I don't know how you record when you're doing your content. What's a good like camera, or I don't know, do you do it with your phone?
Yeah, great question. So you can use a camera. I use a Canon a TI4 or TI6, but I also use my phone. Like I use my phone more than I use my camera. And I always record with the back camera because it has the better quality. If you're doing a long form video that we talked about earlier, that's 10 minutes or more, you want to make sure that your phone is horizontal, right? Filming horizontal. If you're making short form content, or even for Instagram and other platforms, then your phone is going to be vertical. But definitely the phone, use it. It is here. It is a tool, and it is essential. So yes, the phone especially.
Yeah, I was doing my research a few weeks ago. Right now I'm in love with the Sony FX30 because it has a like a fan. So like most of the cameras, like the one you suggested, that's a nice one. But most of them overheat, and I just don't want it to, like, in the middle of recording, it just phases out, it goes dead. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of
so are you want to use a camera, you're saying?
yeah. So I have a VSL for a VSL page for my business I'm working on right now. So I just want to get like, so, in something in between, because the one I just mentioned is kind of like expensive.
Yeah, I got you. So actually, so there's a few cameras that you can use. And for anybody, like I said, you don't have to get a camera to do content. Like sometimes my phone camera is literally better than my actual camera because the way the sun hits your phone, that combination is to die for. I'm telling y'all. But if y'all want to get the camera, you can. This Canon I use, this one is this is the EW 73B. I like this one because when you open it, it actually allows you to flip the screen so you can see yourself when you're recording yourself, right? So this one I would definitely recommend, but Sony is good too. I do have a couple videographers that use Sony. I don't have a problem with this one overheating at all. I use it inside, outside. That's why I love this one here specifically, but like I said, the Sonys are good and they're lighter weight too. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
But other than that, you can definitely use your phone with a nice tripod and it will give you the same features. But if you feel me want to go all out or you already have the camera, then definitely
No, I don't have the
so and definitely look at the reviews. B&H is really good too to use, B&H.
Okay. And what lighting do you recommend?
Yeah, so there's a simple lighting that you can actually clip onto your phone if you're using your phone, like it's literally a clip and then it goes onto your phone, and then there's also a lighting that just attached to the top of your camera as well. So like a ring light is good to have if you want it stationary, but if you want to be able to to move around with it, then I suggest the small clip lights. And I do have like a storefront as well that I can send as well.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, I got y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
But essentially,
Thank you,
yeah, the
ladies.
lighting is key. So that's really all you need is a camera and a good light. Brush your teeth and you're good.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you, ladies.
Absolutely, King. Absolutely. Anybody else that has any other questions? All questions are great questions, right? Take advantage of this moment, of this time, of this space when it comes to YouTube, even digital products and the CRM. Any questions you have, please let us know. Otherwise, we will continue on.
Yeah, and I did see a question in the chat about the recording. If you missed some of the recording, it is also live streamed on YouTube. I did drop the information to be able to, catch the lives and also information that we have. So all these are great questions, and just keep the questions coming in the chat. Like anything else y'all want to know, y'all want to hear about, let us know in the chat. And also, because I don't see any other questions, go ahead. Was somebody saying something? I thought I heard something.
I'm asking a question. This is Marilyn.
Hello, Marilyn. How are you?
I'm good. Now I'm late getting on because I was in CJ's class, credit repair. So I know I missed a lot already, I see. But I have a problem. I don't know how to get the backdrop or the background on my computer. You may have gone over this, so.
Are you talking about for like your Zoom, or are you talking for
for
your
Zoom? For Zoom.
For Zoom?
Yeah.
So we could actually put up a video and send it to you directly to show you, but are you on your phone or your laptop now? Your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, so we can put up a video on our YouTube and then you'll just be able to watch that replay and go ahead and set it up. And then we also connect every week as well. Especially me and you directly in the morning. You know how we're on the calls? Yes.
Right.
I'll be able to get that link to you, okay?
Because you know what you guys did to me when we played that game that night. And we had to identify who this was. And I was the person with the kitchen cabinet with the dishes in it.
Oh. First of all, Marilyn, you can't start sentences like that. Y'all know what y'all did to me that night when I was like, wait, are you sure it was us? No, we absolutely got you, Queen. We got you. I'll definitely make sure that video is sent over to you, right?
Okay. All right. Do that for me. Okay.
Absolutely, Queen. We got you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's a great question, though. And I see in the chat we have somebody. Which this is a great question. I actually love that iPhone. Who is iPhone? Because I want to know what's your name. Because I just see it says iPhone. So if you could let us know your name in the chat. But I love this question because this is a very common question. What's your fastest way to go viral starting from zero? So I'm going to basically assume that you're talking about on YouTube. So Andre, okay. So the fastest way to go viral starting from zero on YouTube. So I'm gonna let Jasmine Ruby answer that because that is a great question. And a lot of people want to know the answer to that.
Hey, King Andre. Okay, so the fastest way to go up on YouTube is to be with DMU. Literally, like the 3-step process. Like you have to establish your target. You have to establish your niche. You have to establish where you want to show up as a brand. Once you establish that, then you're going to move into the content creation. A lot of people, you want to do the content without even establishing who is that person that you're going to be speaking to in every video, right? That's why Queen Cashflow went first. So once you understand that, then it will become more simple to actually create the content, right? And now you have content that is being produced consistently, right? Number one, consistently. Also, your long forms, right? You want to make videos that are full of value, right? Because it's not a platform that favors 10-second content, right? You want to make sure that you're actually catering to the audience that you've already picked out. When you pick out that audience, you create the content and now you're consistent with it, right? Using systems that will post for you literally every single day without you having to go in there and do it every single day. Now YouTube sees you as somebody who is not only consistent, but somebody who is faithful to a platform, faithful to their platform, right? You're constantly pulling the same amount of people, or not the same amount of people, you're constantly pulling the same people that have the same problem or the same questions, even new people that have the same problem and same questions. And now YouTube is basically going to keep pushing your videos out to solve the problem, to get more people to see your platform. I mean, to see your platform, to see your channel, to see your videos, right? With YouTube is very sophisticated, but I want to make this very clear. YouTube is a long-term, long-form platform. So if you want longevity in your business, you want sustainability, then that's where you're going to be with YouTube. Getting on YouTube today and going viral tomorrow is an monopoly, whatever the word is, anomaly, right? It is because YouTube is a classy platform that works for you. I'm not sure if you were there in the beginning, but as I showed y'all, like videos that I did 2 years ago that went viral, I'm still getting ebooks in September. I got booked for a consultation today. I have services going out for that 360 video booth last month and December 14th for a Christmas party, right? So these are things that you're doing one time, but know that overnight, one day is not going to give you the quote unquote viral, but the consistency of that target audience will.
Yeah, and I want to add that viral does not equal cash flow. So let's let's just bring it back a little bit because like viral and trending is something that people automatically assume equates to cash flow, and it doesn't. So there are people that have millions of views and they didn't make any money from that. So the goal is to have the right strategy, not necessarily going viral, because you can have a video that has 3,000 views and make $100,000, from that one video, because you're very clear on who you're speaking to and all those different things. I mean, viral is definitely something that gets you visibility, but then you want to have the strategy to be able to monetize with that. And that goes into having the right target audience, having the right systems, the right product with that, viral video. But I do want to clear that because that is a big misconception in the social media world, that when you are viral or when you have a lot of followers, that means that you are making a lot of money, and that's not true. And then you also said, you said, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, the money. Yeah, so that's why I told you as far as viral, because a lot of people think viral equals cash flow. So it's not to say that it doesn't, but it's just a big misconception in the online world. So then I see it also says, how do I get those programs that post for me automatically?
How do I get those programs that post for me automatically? Okay, perfect. So number one, you have your CRMs and your systems with DMU, right? It's literally like you can convert into YouTube, into Instagram, into Facebook, right? We talked about VAs earlier, being able to line up those posts and have it post directly from your CRM. Literally, like that's exactly how it goes, right? We got the niche, we create the content, and then you put it on your CRM and you just schedule it out. So whatever platform that is, you can schedule it out from your CRM, right? So whether that's you that's scheduling out or you have a VA that's scheduling it out, it's going to take you one day. For me, right? Sometimes I'll go in and I'll schedule out content for 2 weeks, right? And then I don't have to worry about my own channel. I'll go to my clients and be happy, go merry. And then I got to come back and be like, oh yeah, let me care about me too. But essentially, you're able to just schedule your content days and weeks, even months out at a time. So straight directly through your CRM, you are able to do that, or you can do it on the platform directly itself. Oh, I got a question that was a private message. What does CRM mean?
Oh, I
oh,
thought you never asked. Yeah,
you
whoever
got
that is,
this.
I
You
like
got
you.
this, Monet.
Because here's the thing, I like you because a lot of people are hearing it, but they don't know what it is and they're not asking the question. So I respect that. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management System. It is a way for you to engage with your contacts, and I often like to refer to it as kind of like your phone book, like not your phone, your contacts, like in your phone, right? And your contacts in your phone, it's the name, phone number. Now, these days, people getting fancy. They have the picture, name, phone number. What do you do for a living? Birthday notes, like here's the link to contact me, right? Like a lot of people get fancy with it. They do it on their phone and then they can just share with somebody and it populates in their phone. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So it's just a place for you to engage and interact with your customers. Customer relationship management software. So think about what's a good example? If you ever went somewhere and they're like, can you sign in or do you want to join our to get some reward points, right? You put your information in, that's going straight to the CRM. So every time you come in, right, you know, put your information in or that type of thing, and it's collecting data in the background. Or if you fill out a form on somebody's website, that data, name, email, phone number, whatever questions they're asking, that goes into the CRM so that you can easily go in there and then you can be like, okay, let me search for Kiana. Oh, Kiana, okay. She went to this page, that page, she clicked this, clicked that. Here's her phone number, here's her email, here's all her stuff, here's what she bought, right? Yada, yada, yada. All the information is in there in one place. Think of it as like, we call it a contact record, but think of it as like a contact literally in your phone. If you open your phone and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the first person and everything that's there, the CRM is very similar on what it looks like. Does that answer your question? Maybe they're gonna private message Jasmine Ruby. No, so not company, customer relationship management.
Yes, thank you.
Customer relationship management. But thank you, Rudolph. I appreciate the proactiveness. Customer relationship management software. But I hope that answers your question.
I love it. I love
That
it.
is great. These are all great questions, by the way. You know, question ask is our moneymaker. So I love it because look, this is a free training that we're doing because we want to help you make, you know, your next $500 to $1,000 online just to start and then scale you up, right? So wherever you need to be. So anybody has any more questions about any of the things that we talked about today? And if not, I wanna just go ahead and share. Just we have some free